All right, as you guys can see up on the screen today, I want to talk a little bit about Progenity Incorporated. This is ticker symbol PROG, or Prog stock as it is commonly known, on the internet, social medias, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, all this different kind of stuff. This is a stock that I've been following for a couple of months now. I want to say it seems like around 2-ish months now. And this was one of the first, real kind of meme, hype, whatever social media stocks that I really started covering and following on this channel. And this was definitely a stock that got very popular, one that's very, very volatile that a lot of people were interested in, seeing coverage of the news stories, all this different stuff. And for a while, it was very, very exciting. When you look at what the last 6 months have meant for this company, like, yes, in the last 6 months, we're down 45%. Absolutely insane. But in that, so many ups and downs, going all the way down to 67 cents, all the way up to close to $5, a 52-week high of 786 back in, January of 2021. But obviously, the last couple of months is when I've been covering this thing, this massive, massive run up of what, multiple hundreds of percent, 628% up, and then, 57% back down. We've been, covering it, and it's been crazy. People, there's a lot of different things at play. Obviously, this is a very, very beaten down stock. And take a look at being down 84% in the last 5 years. Things have not been great. When you look at some of the numbers and stuff from Prog, I believe, I don't think I had a tab for this open, but, if you just go to like Prog, you can see on Yahoo Finance on the side, it'll show you a little bit about the financials and everything. Annual revenue over the last couple of years. 2018, we're talking 127 million, had some growth into 2019, and then 2020 was just a very, very bad year with $74 million in revenue, losing close to $200 million. That is not going to be great. I didn't know I was covering it up, but yeah, here the graphs and stuff on this right side, that's not going to be great. And then, into 2021, some things change a little bit, but overall, things are still not great. Maybe they're starting to trend up a little bit in the right direction. Obviously, there was news like of them exiting from laboratory business with sale of affiliate lab, cutting some places where they're losing some more money, trying to work towards profitability, trying to cut losses, trying to cut overall spending and stuff like that. But this is obviously a very, very beaten down stock over the past 5 years. So not only is definitely beaten down for a good reason, but then also you talk about short sellers, profiting off the company going down even further, trying to pressure it into going down even further. And then, also companies can just get to the point where they're oversold. Just because there's negative sentiment around a company doesn't mean it just deserves to go down and down and down endlessly. But this thing did start to rebound. People got very, very excited over the past, 6 months. We saw, prices close to $5. But it does seem like, at least in the short term, at least recently, Progenity has run out of a lot of steam. I know I made a video, I want to say about a week or two ago when things were at around 270. We had kind of dropped from $5 to 270. We had a little rebound and it seemed like things were really running out again. I know I made a video called like Prog stock is dead or something like that. And there were a lot of people who weren't happy about that. There's a lot of people that were saying, hey, we're just buying the dip. We're retooling, we're loading up, this thing's still alive or whatever. And, I don't know, is this 600% gains? This isn't the insane short squeeze that people were hoping for, pushing this to all-time highs or making this thing go crazy. But I mean, this thing had quite the run, and still, from these bottoms, we're still talking about being 206% up right now. There doesn't necessarily have to be, more gains. Now, obviously, no financial advice or anything like that in this video. I'm not telling you guys to buy Prog, sell Prog, do anything like that. I'm just, giving my thoughts and opinions about what I'm, thinking about the company and everything. And to me, it definitely does seem like things have run out of steam in a lot of ways. I know I am a investor that really likes momentum, really likes going with the flow, not fighting upstream, not fighting the current, and just taking a look at, again, we're down 34% in the last month. This thing peaked out back here, in November, and things have really been slowing down. You don't hear about Prog as much on Reddit. I don't see as much of it on Twitter. I don't see as many people talking about it on YouTube. And obviously there's people who are still, buying the dip or getting ready or whatever. But, for the large part, a lot of what Prog's looking like is really not that good. I mean, this is currently, obviously from their last quarterly report and stuff, we'll see. I think their next earnings is March 16th of 2022. So we still got a little bit of a ways to go for that. So we'll see how things change. But, we're talking about sitting at a almost 4 price to sales ratio. When over the past couple of quarters, we've been 1.59, 2.63, 1.76. Even 2020, we were at 3.10. Last time we were this high or higher than this was September of 2020. And obviously, if you kind of look back to where we were at in September of 2020, if I can find it, is, we were sitting at like $8 and stuff. And that's really kind of before stuff started going very, very downhill for Prog. So in a lot of ways, it seems to be trading very, very rich, even at these current levels. Even prices of $2 where we're down 40, 50, 60% from where we've been, just a couple of weeks ago. And then obviously, a lot of people are very concerned about the financials of the company. We're talking about net operating incomes of losing, $200 million almost a year, and just constantly losing money. Now, obviously, this is what biotech stocks have to do sometimes as they spend money on research, R&D, developing new drugs, treatments, whatever, until they get the one, home run that makes them a bunch of money or whatever. And we know that Prog is trending in the right direction of trying to cut costs and trying to work towards profitability, trying to be more, resourceful with their money and everything. But a company like this that's dying so hard, so fast, just everything pointing in the wrong direction, everything going downhill, it's going to be ripe for short sellers. And yes, obviously that does set up the potential short squeeze or whatever, but it's also just going to have a lot of downward momentum because people aren't necessarily excited about the company. People aren't necessarily excited about what's going on. And again, once you start losing that hype, that buzz on social media, once people have gotten burned, all these people that bought it, $3, $4, $5, because they heard Progenity was going to 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, whatever number people were saying, and now they're sitting at $3, $2. Maybe they've lost 50, 60% of what they put in. Maybe they've already jumped ship. Maybe they've already sold out. They're not necessarily looking to get right back into Progenity. It's burned off a lot of people who are even interested in the stock in the company. And again, this doesn't mean it's necessarily dead. We've seen it go all the way down to 67 cents and rise back up. The 52-week lows are 66 cents. And again, we're talking about over 200 to 300% up from there. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Progenity's days are done, but at least in the short term, this doesn't seem like the number one play. It doesn't seem like, at least to me, like the one that I want to be in. But there is still people, over at Progenity_Prog, the subreddit. They got around 9,500 members of people, rooting for Prog. This guy, I really think, put it best. He said, damn, this won't load. But he said, damn, what else can be said but damn? Updo if you're still holding. And he got 36 updoots. Don't let the shorting activity of the hedge funds on this stock demoralize you folks. Ride it out and average down. 2022 will be a very good year for Prog with new liquidity and disclosure requirements being implemented for hedgies and institutions. Now, if something like that does happen, yes, that could be a great sign for a lot of these meme stocks. But, is something like that actually going to happen? We'll have to wait and see if it actually, comes out or comes to fruition. And yes, people, saying, yeah, average down, hold for 2022. I'm all about long-term investing. And, if you do believe in the company, the stock, the fundamentals, if you actually think they're going to fix a lot of things and get closer to profitability, and if you think they're in good hands, yeah, that could make a lot of sense. But I know a lot of people that were getting involved with Progenity stock were people trying to make a quick buck, people trying to cash in on that, 67 cent to $10 play and 10x their money in like a week or a month or whatever. And for that crowd, it seems like those days might be over for Prog stock, unfortunately. Again, obviously, it's just my opinion. But yeah, so it seems like, people overall are pretty demoralized. That's the number one post on the Prog subreddit today. Obviously, there is still some news coming out. The company has signed the third pharma partnership to test their molecule with an ingestible capsule and obtained a patent related to the device. That's great. That's awesome. They also achieved a $110 million reduction in annual operating expenses. That's great. That's awesome. Still, it doesn't sound like they're going to be profitable, but, hopefully they'll be losing less money, and that could be a good sign. A bunch of people saying, just trust me, bro, Prog will squeeze. People posted a lot of, loss porn of, options that they're holding that are down 97, 96%, shares down 51%. Like, that's a lot to stomach. That's really, really tough for a lot of investors to handle. And that's what's putting a lot of people off from Prog. And that's why you're getting, these continued sell-offs. And that's how, you're down 34% in a month, 45% in 6 months, even on a stock that, has had some good days and had some good weeks. But just wanted to give you guys an update on what is going on with Prog. Overall, seems like, this is crazy because this thing is down, 8% today? And this is a day where the S&P is up 1.2%. This is a great day for the market. You look around, a ton of companies are up today. People are making money everywhere, and people stuck in Prog stock are down 8% today. And it's like, hey, I could have just been in the boring old S&P and been making a lot more money and felt a lot safer and been able to sleep at night. So that, I don't know, it's just really tough for me right now. But obviously a rough day for Prog stock, a rough couple of months. There's still people holding out hope, and we'll see how this plays out. It's going to be very, very entertaining and interesting to follow. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about PROG. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.